Whoop. What's up, survivors? So, past couple weeks, I've had people ask me to help them with electricity, and I've had a few people ask me questions. So, I'm gonna do a real quick tutorial, really an updated, because there's a few things that I learned while setting this up that I didn't know before. So, first things first, most people have been setting up their windmills like this. I wasn't a fan of that. I usually tried to set it up like this. Two windmills, two spots, one windmill. And this is right here why. Windmills have a tendency when they're low to give you almost no uh, power. I'm glad it did that when it did. Now these two guys up here, these two guys, we'll check on real quick. This is how most people have theirs set up. And you can see, eventually, I've had these set up for about 2 hours as I've set up the rest of them. And you can see the wind, there's nothing obstructing them except for each other. With this, they're too close. I don't know where that is, but those are too close. That's why they're not getting very much wind. That one is just too low. If I would have done that the same height by itself, you'd probably get what they're getting together. So I usually try and substitute that with solar panels. Because with solar panels, fly over here trying to do it quick. So set up like solar farms, right? What you do is you wait during the day. And you go in the morning, you're like, where's the sun at? Where be the sun? Where it be? Where it be? Change it. Thank you. So our sun, it's going to rise southeast. And when we notice this day, don't waste your time doing all this. And you're not going to be admin. So, but as the day goes on, sets in the southwest. So we know all our solar panels need to be this way. We can tell because if we go right here, it's middle of the day, thank you, middle of the day. And this one's facing away, it's facing north. Ours are facing south. And we've got one over here getting full power, and this little poor fella is getting nothing. Absolutely nothing. And all together, with 8 of them, you got 160 watts. And that's continuous power all day as long as the sun is up. So I always say try and maybe as high as you can and solar panels. But no matter how much you put into it, you'll always only get 100 watts out of batteries anyways. Large batteries are 100. The medium batteries are 50. Shut your face. And the small tiny batteries we saw over here only give you 10 output. So you're only going to be plugging up roughly 100 anyways. I mean, you can see here and we've got a branch set to 100 and you're only going to get an output of 100. So, but, and this is something that's actually changed before I make a lot of noise. That was loud. Before I make a lot of noise, something that did change that I'm going to show you, because I was going to show the opposite of this. I usually set mine up like this, but it seems they've done something in an update, maybe the previous one, I don't know, but they've done something in an update where this is no longer the best way to do it. So, and I'm always a-okay with trying new things. But when we plug this up, this is how I usually set mine up. And that gives you minus the 1 for this. This takes 1 watt. Everything used to take 1 watt. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? And then 7. Not anymore. We got 95. What I'm finding is these branches right here aren't taking as much. So it's really 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. So these aren't counting against you. They don't cost 1 watt anymore. So yippee for that. Because we got 9 over here, all set up. We got 9 turrets, 1 battery. And the easiest way to do this, if you have a minute, we're going to sit here and look. And you see how fast that's going down and it's not jumping almost at all? That right there is going to be a good indication that we're going to need power very soon. And you would always want to check. And you can plug these up. These are counters. You know, there's a counter that lets X amount pass through. See, it's like, oh no! And then, pop, that lets all the passive. These could be used for trap bases, but that'll be a different video. So we got 95 watts there. And that's with the splitters. I will say splitters will give an even. So I gave it 30 going in, 31, because that takes 1. Look, and it's 10 each. Splitters will always split up power evenly. So if you have 100, it's going to give you like 30, 30, 30. Well, really like 33, 33, 33 to make 999, if that makes sense. And see, these are a little bit lower. And I did the same thing. So these would represent maybe, that would probably be on like main base, because you want to build a high base. And then this would maybe be your outpost, like your outer gates, if you will. So they're not as high. That's about half the height. And they're together. I really wanted to demonstrate. I've seen a lot of people putting their windmills side by side. And especially when they start doing weather updates, you're going to find that you're going to be cutting in and out of power extremely fast. It's been about 2 hours and neither one of these are very powered up. But to demonstrate earlier, so we did branches. Shit ton of branches. Usually, now before this would be like 97, 99, okay? Because you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then you've got 10. So it really used to you'd only be able to get 8. So there's something they've updated, which is cool. Quality of life. I'm always down for change. But now 95. So used to, I'd recommend the way I used to do it all the time over there. But with this nice previous update, I say, you know, branch it up. You feel me? Electrical, branch it up. It does kind of make the splitter almost obsolete now, because anything you can do with a splitter, you just do with multiple branches. So that sucks. But I mean, there's other things like show you a small alarm system I set up here. I need to turn visibility on, all that. We're gonna unauthorize ourselves, okay? And I use these to help deter from raiders and things like that. So what you can do here, I need to be invisible until I, okay, so we're going to turn it on. That's not it. Turn that on. Shh. We're going to turn that one on. So we've got a single turret right there. I'm invisible, so he's not going to see us. I've got it loaded with a little bit of rounds. But the cool thing people don't use with turrets is not only can you go through, hang on. I'm invisible, but it still sees me. So these heartbeat sensors, I use trapdoors, so if somebody comes up, see, I got to take out the door before I can take out the turret. But if I come over here, and I've plugged up a sound, now this should, if I did this right, and it's pretty cool, you can put these around your outer gates, and it will notify you where somebody's at. Just put the speaker box next to the turret, and we should... See? It's alerting you where I'm at, so it's telling you I'm on this side of your base. And now, there you go. And as soon as we're out of bullets, You can see here, and then if I come up here, try and take it out, it locks it away. So even if your turret runs out of bullets, obviously as a homie over here, have his homie over here and do that. But at least with this, if you're online, you can, you'll be able to tell. And then on top of that, put this somewhere inside your base. Once they give us walls and we can like write stuff down, it'd be a lot easier. But you can put these bad boys. You get on, you got it labeled. You're like turret fucking 28 or some bullshit. All of a sudden it's flashing. Like, oh shit, yo, turret 28's fucking out of ammo. We got to get that shit. Meow. You turn over there and be like, oh, meow, gotta get it. Whoa. And then, I don't have any bullets, but then you put bullets in it, and ta-da! Let's see. Then, when you set that up, now that's one way to do it. And when you set up these door things, I wanted to make sure people knew. When you set these bad boys up, boop, what you want to do is see right here, I didn't pair this yet, but if I try and pair it, because the door is locked, it won't pair it. So we've got to unlock it. And what I like to do is I like to open it. And this is how you know it's paired. Bam. Now we know it's paired. And then just lock that bad boy back. And we set this up a little bit different. Nobody uses these, but I like to use these. Everybody likes farm bases. You like a farm base. You like, you're on the other side of the map. You're getting all these beautiful nodes right here. You don't want to go back to base. So you set yourself up a farm base, but you know somebody's going to come fuck with you, right? Everybody comes and fucks with you, okay? So what we're going to do is we always put turrets. Eventually get turrets on your farm base. Protect your farm, So we're going to turn this bad boy on real quick. Okay, we hear that turret. But it's a little different. See, heartbeat sensors, they can shoot those bad boys out. But if you're active, and let's say homie's chasing you, and you're like, shit, I'm dying, homie, I'm dying. No matter where you are, we can be anywhere on this map. No matter where you are on this map. I can be across the map. I can be like, somebody's hitting my farm base. Those dirty bastards. I can be looking on my camera, across the map. Open that bad boy right there. Boom, 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 boom. No more raiders. Hit them where they didn't even see it. A lot of these utilize power is crazy thing you can do. The last thing I want to show everybody, because everybody loves raiding, nobody wants to take a battery. Now, you can take a battery with you. Like, say you set yourself up a little solar farm here. And I think I got some wood over here, actually. Let's say, oh, I got a solar farm going. And I used to do this with big groups. I'd have a actual solar farm, and I'd have excess power that I'd have left over, okay? Especially starting out. You can't always get 20, 30, 50 turrets down. Well, let's just say, okay, well, we want to go raiding, but we don't have a generator. We have no low grade. What the hell are we gonna do? Well, we let these bad boys, you let one of them fill up, okay? Even if it's not all the way full. Like, say, this one over here is 4,000, okay? So even if it's 4,000 that's still about an hour, and that's with 9 turrets. So, you imagine without a few of them, you only take, let's say, 4 turrets with you. You've got 2.5 hours of raid time, okay? Because you can pick these bad boys up. You just do like that right there, bad boys, and then as soon as you place it back down, it retains the power it had before. So you can do that. That's one way to do it. I like that. That's if you're a big Zerg, like I've seen some people are able to do that. Sit there, have at least 1 or 2 large batteries for what I like to call raid days. But if you don't do that, okay, just always be cautious that these little bad boys bring more than one if you want more than 3 turrets. 1 equals 3 turrets. That's it. So we're going to turn this on. I'm going to show you. I've got it plugged up to all 4. Okay. But the maximum output is 40. So our last little friend here won't turn on. So 1 generator equals 3. And if I remember correctly, it should last. This lasts 500 low grade it holds. That's maximum. And it lasts, I think, about 45 minutes best. And that's with like maximum output. So you could do that if you can't have a farm. I recommend making 1 or 2. And you don't need switches or anything with these. It literally straight from the output. And you just turn this bad boy on and off itself. You can do things like force stop, force start, however you want to do that kind of stuff. But other than that, I really think that's about it, actually. Stop putting your freaking windmills this close. I was a little worried because when I first started this, they were actually getting like 150. And see, they're getting a little bit better. See, there's spots where it gets better, but if you notice, they pivot. Like, they go this way. And, you know what I'm saying? They kind of follow the wind. So when it's like this right here, this windmill is kind of getting fucked up by this windmill because it's not getting the wind. Same with this. So 1 windmill, and while those are getting, 70 something each, my little 1 windmill and 2 setup over here is getting the same thing, and I'm using less space. It's the one, and it's a quarter of the height. If I went all the way up here, we'd probably get more power. But any other questions, if you guys want to see any other trap setups, heck, if you guys want to help setting up your power, I don't care. We can also do some farming. Rust is pretty toxic, so I try to tend to stay on helping and trying to keep Rust at least a tiny bit positive, man. Plenty of toxic little kids on here. But there you go, guys. Enjoy. Good luck surviving. Make sure to hit me up. Let me know what you guys want to see. Bye.